So apparently we're getting a blast from the past with old titles such as Mass Effect, Mafia, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater all coming really soon. It's a shame our PC isn't working because... Ah, shit. Oh hey, it's you! Welcome to Free to Play, your weekly gaming news show delivered to you straight from the early 2000s. Don't kick flips and listen to punk rock music. I'm your host, Charlie K, and in this week's episode we talk about Sony addressing the lack of PS5 news. We talk about the old games coming back to life. And did you know your PC is doomed? Find out how, plus so much more on this week's episode of Free to Play. But before we begin, if you love gaming content as much as we love Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, why not click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss a single video. For our first bit of news for this week, Ubisoft have been given a gigantic growth in their games recently. Ubisoft have reported that sales for Rainbow Six Siege have risen up to 26% of sales compared to previous months, and gamers have played Assassin's Creed Odyssey 90% more than Assassin's Creed Origins. It is also interesting to know that The Division has also seen an increase in players, with a spike of 50,000 players on just PS4 alone. Ubisoft also mentioned that they have another announced project to be revealed this year, but according to Jason Schreiber, it will be another Far Cry title. Sony have addressed the issue of the lack of PlayStation 5 news. In a recent interview, Sony's chief financial officer, Hiroki Totoki, stated, "I think results will be everything, so after launch it will become clear as to why we do what we do. We're going to make our utmost effort to live up to expectations." This comment comes only days after the release for PlayStation 5 leaked online, due to a job listing for Sony Interactive Entertainment Japan, listing that the job would entail quality assurance for the PlayStation 5, releasing in October 2020. The Unreal Engine team gave us a first look at what the new Unreal Engine 5 will look like running on the PlayStation 5. According to Unreal, the engine can run film quality assets with billions of triangles, a fully dynamic real-time global illumination, intelligent flocking with spatial awareness, and predictive foot placement for animations for high-resolution environments. Basically, if you have no idea what any of this means, it just means that games have never looked so good. So you might have noticed a lot of nostalgic games getting the remaster treatment. Just recently Halo 2 launched on PC, and we also got the announcement that the Mafia trilogy is coming to PS4, Xbox One and PC, which also just happens to include a remake of the first Mafia game, which originally released in 2002. That isn't the only thing coming to our screens. We also received word that the Mass Effect trilogy could be getting a remaster for PS4, Xbox One and PC as well. On top of that, Activision announced on Tony Hawk's birthday that they are bringing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 to PS4, Xbox One and PC as well. And don't worry, the remakes are being made by Vicarious Visions, who previously worked on the Crash Bandicoot and Sane trilogy and Spyro Reignited remakes. So let's just say they're in good hands this time around. Epic Games Store are currently having a mega sale with games up to 75% off. They're also revealing free games for the next few months, with the first free game being Grand Theft Auto 5. It is rumored that the next free games will be Civilization 6, Borderlands The Handsome Jack Collection, and Ark Survival Evolved. So I guess you're wondering why your PC is doomed. Well, it's because Bethesda have implemented a new anti-cheat DRM service called Denuvo for Doom Eternal. In case you haven't heard of Denuvo is a rather evasive DRM service that entrenches itself into your PC to gather information. Denuvo is known for implementing huge security vulnerabilities and gains access to your full computer system, recording everything you do. It is also known for causing performance issues and blue screens of death. In some cases, it has also blocked users from loading Doom Eternal on Windows, and the game will no longer run on Linux. But what is upsetting a lot of gamers is that Bethesda secretly launched this DRM software in the latest patch for Doom Eternal and decided not to tell anyone about it. As a result, a lot of gamers have resorted to review bombing the game on Steam, with over 3,223 negative reviews at the time of recording this video. A lot of gamers are upset that they have to delete their game they paid for just in the hopes they don't end up with de novo anti-cheat on their PC. In some cases, some antivirus programs are also flagging it as a virus. We should also mention that just last week we were talking about how Vanguard, an anti-cheat system for the game Valorant, was also causing issue for gamers for a similar problem. Valorant and Doom Eternal aren't the only games who implement anti-cheat software. Games like Fortnite and Rainbow Six Siege also use very similar software. But what do you think? Will this turn you off from playing Bethesda games? So that's the news for this week, but be sure to click on our videos on the outro screen, and don't forget to watch last week's episode of Free to Play. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media and join our Discord by clicking the links in the description. This is Charlie K, and as always, we will see you on the next level.